State your name.
Debbie Littlefield.
From?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Excellent. So, let me ask you this. How much weight have you lost?
I weighed myself a few weeks ago and about 35 pounds.
35 pounds. And how long did it take you to lose that weight?
That was about probably, I started in August, about 4 months into it.
4 months into it. So, how many inches have you lost?
40 and a half.
And size reductions?
Well, when I came here, I was wearing a 14 that was tight, but I refused to buy a 16. And now I'm wearing a 10 that's loose.
A 10. So 4 sizes.
Oh yeah, probably more than that since it was, you know, kind of extreme on both ends.
So what has your doctor said about your weight loss?
Well, I went in and that's one of the places I had to get weighed. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have weighed myself. And she was surprised at how quickly I lost the weight. And another reason I came in the beginning is because my cholesterol was getting borderline where they're like, this is getting kind of high, you might have to go on meds soon, and I really didn't want to do that. So just in the few months that I've been doing this, my cholesterol went way down. It went down by like 30 points, so she was happy about that. And my thyroid medicine, which I thought I was on the minimum starting dose, but they cut that in half, so that was cool too.
Do you feel that the fee was reasonable?
I do. At the time, people, like, I know people look at price tags and they're like, oh my gosh, that's really expensive, and I don't know if I should do this. For me, this was the best gift I ever gave myself, and it was really, really worth the money. And it's the first time that I really feel for me that I'm making lifestyle changes, that I'm not just saying, okay, in this many weeks, I want this to happen. And I love the fact that there's no counting, there's no weigh-ins. All of that makes it way easier to adopt this as a lifestyle.
So what do your family and friends think of your weight loss?
They're excited for me. They were all kind of surprised at, and I'm still kind of surprised at how quickly and how well it went, because it really wasn't any work. And many of my kids are in really good shape and they work out, but they notice just the change in my demeanor. So I've always thought of myself as a positive person and pretty relaxed. Patient. I didn't stress out easily, but I was a bit of a worrier, and you know, I always had this little thing in the back of my head that, well, okay, this is great, but you know, what if that horseshoe hit somebody, or what if, you know, all these what ifs. And so one of the things that's happened for me is I don't do that anymore. So I'm really relaxed and I totally enjoy things. So my thin family members, a few of them, after even a week, my oldest son said, wow, Mom, I can really see a difference just in the way you carry yourself, just in your attitude. And my daughter-in-law said, whatever you have, I want some of that. So she doesn't need the weight loss, but just, you know, kind of letting go of some of the type A personality and some of the worries.
Has hypnosis eliminated your cravings, food binges, or poor eating activity?
Definitely, definitely. And because I did Weight Watchers so many times, I considered myself pretty good at making good choices and eating the right foods. And I'd say to people, well, I really don't understand why I'm still, you know, slowly gaining weight, because I do everything right. I eat what I'm supposed to eat. I do what I'm supposed to do. And then when I saw myself acting differently after the hypnosis, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't that good at all, because I would have candy in my desk drawer and things like that. But basically for me, I kind of started heading the right direction even after the initial session, like the assessment. And after the initial session, that first week, I started drinking water. I was never a water drinker. If I had to drink a full glass of water with a pill, I'd be like, oh my gosh, well, half is probably good enough, and I hated it. So the first week I started drinking water, easily 8 glasses a day, and I felt like I needed it by me all the time. I stopped eating between meals. I stopped snacking at work. We have a ton of snacks in our office. I stopped drinking soda. I mostly drank diet soda, but that's not good for you either. So I stopped drinking soda and I stopped drinking coffee. And none of it was hard.
So were you skeptical in the beginning?
Not really, because I was hopeful and kind of excited about it, because I tend to be really open to alternative ways of doing things, so I thought it would be pretty cool. Although it wasn't quite what I expected, really, because like I said before, people kind of think of, you know, it's going to be this sort of magic kind of stage show type of thing, and really it's more a feeling of getting very, very relaxed and just being open to things that you would normally analyze to death. You just do them and they become second nature.